So what about these next generation donors? Who are they, and how can we successfully fundraise and integrate them into our nonprofit organizations? Hi, I'm Bill Stanczykiewicz, and this is the first day from the fundraising school. And we're joined today by Dr. Michael Moody. He's with the Johnson Center for Philanthropy at Grand Valley State University, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Michael, thanks so much for being with us. You've written this book, Generation Impact, talking about next gen donors. Who are these people, and what do fundraisers need to know?
First of all, thanks for having me on this podcast. The next generation of donors are, to be dramatic about it, the most significant philanthropists in history. We say that because they're going to have more resources to give. They want to give them throughout their lives, and they want to push this innovation that's already going on in our field to really fundamentally transform philanthropy. So they have the opportunity and the interest really in revolutionizing the landscape of philanthropy. We want to do that in ways that I think fundraisers in particular are going to be really impacted, and really the entire nonprofit sector is going to be dramatically impacted by how they want to change philanthropy. And I know in your book you talk about there are three things that are generally true about these people that influence how they are participating in the nonprofit sector. When you talk about their wealth and other aspects about who they are, this is something we need to know as fundraisers. Yeah, and so they're going to have more wealth to give. They want to give it more over the course of their lifetime, and they want to give it in innovative ways. And then what we talk about in the book is how they want to change things, and also a little bit about what they want to retain, and how they seem to be in some ways also very similar to previous donors. But let me just say a couple of things about what they want to change that are really, I think, significant and the sort of most important takeaways from this research on this, again, the most significant philanthropists in history. The first thing is they are obsessed with impact. Mm-hmm. They really want to find ways of moving the needle on issues, and they're willing to do really a number of new things, transformative things, in the way that we give, and we're talking specifically about major giving here. They want to transform how that happens in order to potentially have more impact. They want impact to be their generation's signature. And in order to have that impact, they really want to do a few things. They want to change the strategies of giving. They want to go deep with organizations rather than spread their money out. They want to do their research, and they want to focus on metrics and measurements. They're also very interested in innovation, and they're interested in trying out new things, including many things that blur the boundaries between the for-profit and nonprofit sector, like impact investing and funding social enterprises and other things, and as well as sort of funding movements and organizing. Anything that they believe that they can innovate and experiment with, even if it's risky, in order to potentially achieve that impact, which is what they're really excited about. They're willing to change many things. Maybe the most thing, though, that's most significant about what they want to change in order to achieve impact is that they want to change how they engage with nonprofits. How so? And that's the most important thing for fundraisers and nonprofits to know, which is they want to be much more hands-on than previous generations. They perceive previous generations. They want to be inside the building, rolling up their sleeves, working side by side with the staff of the organization to solve problems. They want to be giving of their time and their talent, not just their treasure. And again, this is the generation and the individuals who have more treasure than anybody to give. They still believe that their time and their talent is the most valuable thing and that they can offer. And so the nonprofits that are able to engage them around their time and their talent, give them those opportunities for meaningful, hands-on, problem-solving style engagements with the organization are going to be the ones that they commit themselves to and that they go deep with, which is what they really want to do, develop that candid, close, long-term relationship with organizations. I love how I've heard you summarize this. They don't necessarily want their name on the building, they want themselves in the building alongside of us making an impact. Exactly. And they want to be there when the organization solves problems, and they want to be able to then help that organization solve problems Yes, with adding some financial resources, but also with their talent, their time, and also their ties to other people and other donors and others who have talent to give as well.
Michael, what balance then do we need to have as we develop relationships with these next gen donors in this context? They have the wealth, they have this innovative mindset, they want to see impact. They often want to see impact quickly, even while they want to be with us for the long term. How do we make sure they understand that we're not going to end poverty by next Friday, and that as much as we're open to new ideas, we still have to stay mission driven?
Yeah, well, this is a big challenge. And it's one that I think really is a tremendous, in some ways, question and in some also an opportunity for the nonprofit sector and for fundraisers, especially going forward, because they raise some problems, they raise some challenges. They are going to be high maintenance major donors, much more high maintenance than previous generations. And they're going to come in with new ideas that may not be right for the organization. They're going to demand a lot of staff time and resources. But they also want to be engaged deeply with the organization. And so as they come in and potentially are causing disruption in the organizations that they're working with, they're also, as they become deeper engaged, they will start to understand, maybe at a deeper level than previous donors, just exactly what the organization needs. They're going to be more predisposed to give things like core operating support. They're going to be more likely to recognize when the organization needs a special infusion in order to get it to the next level. And so it all comes back to the development of this close relationship. If they develop the close relationship that they want, then they'll be able to see what are those consequences, unintended or intended, that they're having with that organization, and they'll be a genuine partner with the organization, which is, I think, what both sides of the table really want to have happen.
And Michael, help our viewers and our listeners understand this understanding of what genuine partnership looks like to these next-gen donors in terms of the 4 T's. They have not 3, but they have 4, which also includes utilizing their professional skill. I love you said, one of the folks you feature in the book said, don't put me on your event committee and have me choose the napkin color, right?
Yep.
They want a much deeper engagement.
Yep. So the 4 T's are the ones that we always talk about, the time, talent, and treasure. And they believe deeply that even those, again, that have significant treasure and have made their own significant treasure, they believe that the time and talent that they can give is as valuable or more valuable than the treasure that they can give. And then they also want to give their ties. They believe that their connections to peers is an asset, and they also are eager to be involved and engaged with their peers. And so they're looking for ways to develop that sort of talent-based, deep involvement with an organization that takes them seriously for what they have, for those things that they believe that they really have to offer. And again, those organizations that can engage them in those right ways, not just have them pick the napkins for the gala event, or not just put them on a fundraising committee for other next-gen donors because they think that that's what the next-gen wants. If they come in and they've got a special skill like they're a lawyer, or they're an IT expert or a strategic planning expert, use that talent in a beneficial way, and that's going to get them committed to the organization in the long term, which is what they want.
One thing we really appreciate about Dr. Michael Moody, as you're seeing come through on this podcast, is not only is he an extraordinary researcher, but he translates that for us into practical application as frontline fundraisers. And Michael, we want people to read the book. Generation Impact is the book, but I know you also have a website, if you could give us the web address,
yep.
And you're creating some booklets for us to implement your learnings.
Yep. So we had the website is called generationimpactbook.org. And the guides are funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to help us get the word out about how to work with the next generation. And we're doing those for 3 audiences. The first will be for nonprofits and fundraisers, which will be out in sometime early fall. And then later in the year, we're going to do a book for families, and we're going to do a book for advisors for these next gen.
GenerationImpactBook.org is where all of these resources are available. The book is available anywhere you purchase a book. You can find this wonderful volume that Michael has put together for us. For more information on the Fundraising School, our website, philanthropy.iupui.edu/the Fundraising School. That's where you're going to see information about our public courses, our custom training, our quarterly webinars, these weekly podcasts, also a way that you can stay in touch with us via the Fundraising School app. I'm Bill Stanczykiewicz, and now you are more up to date on this first day from the Fundraising School.